Hey friend, it is your creative weird makeup artist pal Cat Sketch to bring you guys a chit chat. Get ready with me. As you can tell by the title of today's video, today we are going to be talking about trigger warning like skin conditions. If anyone else suffers from that, it may get some, you know, it's a hard subject to talk about if you have any autoimmune disorders like I do and stuff like that. But let's get started. I'm going to be trying to recreate this look by one of the founders of Melt Cosmetics. I'll definitely link her down below in the picture and everything. But it's so gorgeous. I just want to really play with this eyeshadow palette from OFRA Cosmetics. This is the Caribbean Glitz palette from OFRA. They're such an underrated company. This is such a gorgeous palette and I really want to use it today, and I feel like I could use it in this look. But long time no see. I feel like I just really wanted to chit chat with you all, give you a little life update. It has been a whirlwind of a week. I want to say 2 days ago we were out of air conditioning for 3 days. My dog was not having it. If you guys didn't know, I have a 2-year-old Labrador and Golden Retriever mixed puppy that I rescued, and she was just not about leaving her house because it was 90 degrees in the house and 100 in the Texas heat. So we were like, we gotta get out of here. And I was lucky enough that my best friend Bunny let us stay at her house and let my puppy come over. We were so fortunate to be in a home with AC, and it took 3 whole days for them to fix it. And I swear to you that they did not take me seriously until my boyfriend got on the phone on the 3rd day of us not having air conditioner. Which is crazy, and I forget that we're living in the South until stuff like that happens. Like, I forget gender inequality really does exist sometimes. It's so sad and really disheartening. I'm gonna take this light brown shade that's like a good transition bronzer shade and then put that in my crease. But I'm falling behind on like washing makeup brushes, organizing my makeup studio, stuff like that. So we need to get that done soon. And I really want to talk about, if you haven't noticed yet in my videos, I have these red spots and I have some on my armpits that is not this, I don't think. This is an autoimmune disorder I have called plaque psoriasis. It could lead to arthritis, early set arthritis, and it is definitely genetic. Both of my parents have suffered with it, and I have suffered with this since I was 8 years old, so a very, very long time, way over 20 years. And the older I get, the worse it is getting. And it's getting so bad lately that it's actually showing up. It was on my neck right here, if you can see some redness here. Thank goodness my steroid medication that I could barely afford is helping this, but it is still popping up in other areas, especially my scalp, and it's leading onto my face, as you can see, because it's way past my hairline here. And a lot of people, especially when I was younger, you could see it flaking apart. I'm sorry if this disgusts you. This is just the real me. When I was really young, I would get made fun of for it, and I didn't know I had it until this guy I liked in the 4th grade pointed it out to me and was actually concerned and not making fun of me for it at first. And so that's when I had to go get it treated and find out what was wrong with me, and it's definitely plaque psoriasis. But yes, it's getting worse. It's going to other areas of my body. This is the first time this year since I moved to Texas it's getting worse. It's going on my neck and further onto my face, not just on my scalp. I've had it on my scalp for, like I said, over 20 years, and it's not fun. It's very painful. Like I said, my medication for it, it's a steroid that I should wean myself off of, but honestly I was trying to use it to not appear like very red in videos, and it used to be a really sensitive subject for me until I hit my 30s. Now I just don't care what people think about me anymore, and I'm talking about it because I know a lot of people suffer from skin issues, autoimmune disorders, and I have this, and I have, you know, all of my allergies, but I have a skin allergy that is really bad. As you can see, it's in a really bad flare-up, and sometimes it bleeds. It's really bad right now, and people confuse it for ringworm, but it is called contact dermatitis from me sleeping near Tide or scented things. Thank goodness I'm not allergic to makeup, just some skincare, but that is what my life is like when it comes to certain things like that. But recently I've learned a lot about myself and I've been gentle with myself, trying to really give myself motivation to keep not just going on. My mental health has been up and down, especially with my skin, because I used to be so self-conscious, cry every single night while my mother put on medication on my skin because I was so sensitive. And I didn't see a lot of people who had skin issues, even in the beauty space online. Like, I've ranted about this on Twitter if you follow me there, but there's not a lot of people. I think Cara Delevingne showcased, I think that was the first time I've seen it showcased on a red carpet event. Kim Kardashian has shown it and has talked about it, but Kim Kardashian, you know, has spots shown on her legs. I wish I had small spots shown on my legs. Mine takes up my whole entire head to where it will bleed, it burns. I have to sometimes resort to cutting my own hair and dyeing my own hair because I'm too embarrassed to even go into get my hair done because it's so painful on top of it. It took me, gosh, till I was in my late 20s to even start talking about it with hairstylists. And it used to be really embarrassing for me and hard to talk about. I'm actually nervous to get a stylist out here in Texas because I just don't want to go through the mental strain talking about my medical conditions with my hairstylist. It's such a mental pain for me still. And now I feel like I have to be more open about it online because I can't hide anymore. This is me in my 30s and it's gonna start coming onto my face, my neck. Ever since I moved to Texas, I don't know what, I thought the sunshine would be better for it, but I don't know if it's the air conditioning. We constantly have to be in air conditioning here. That switched to hot humidity back and forth constantly. Just my skin hates it. I'm just putting this dark plum in the corners and I use this shimmery blue in the center. Like, I honestly, props to the people who suffer with adult acne or acne in general that is deep set and really hard to manage, because I totally feel you. I also had that acne to the point they wanted to put me as like a poster child for a dermatologist's office, and I cried too much to where they just changed their mind on it, thank goodness. But I don't even know if I should cover it. And I'm so proud of myself for not crying right now, because it's taken a lot for me to grow as a person to come online in an open space and be so open about it. Because, you know, the older you get, you realize like who was your true friend and who was your bullies. And like, I feel like my skin issues and my allergies, I try not to let it like control my life, but it literally does sometimes. And I don't feel like a normal person anymore. Like, I almost feel like I've been keeping a secret from you all, not talking about this enough, because it's been so hard for me the past 13 years on YouTube to not only just grow as an artist, but to open up enough to be that best friend to say, hey, I'm dealing with this. You know, it's so hard to juggle all that. I should have talked about it sooner before I feel like I'm forced to now show my insecurities, because now they're really out in the open. Especially with makeup, it would be something else if I was like, you know, an ASMR channel who doesn't really show their face, or even like some sort of comedy skit person who is characters, so I could cover it with masks and makeup and different things, you know. But makeup is such, like, you start off as an open person in an open canvas to display, not to cover it up, but to display it as art. And it's really damaging not only to my mental health, but a little bit to my artistic abilities. And if you've noticed, I haven't been as frequent on here, and I went from 2 videos a week to 1, not just because of this, but for my mental health, honestly. I'm gonna put on this rose, really nice shimmery, dewy lotion by Pixi Beauty. But you know, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be that person who I would have wanted to search for or looked up to when I was a preteen and really struggling with my psoriasis in my life and keeping it hidden from people. Just making sure I wasn't scratching my head too much in class, because that's how I got discovered by this really cute guy, like, who still follows me on Instagram. He's such a sweetheart. His name is Brian. He's probably not watching this, but he was the first person to really notice my skin conditions and make not a judgment on it, but really want to like ask if I'm okay. But ever since then, like, it was nothing because of him, but I've always wanted to make sure I wasn't picking at my scalp too much. Oh my gosh, the worst part was when, you know, you're a teenager. Me and my family were huge fans of going to the Renaissance Fair. We even had family friends that would work at the Renaissance Fair. And my dream to go to the Renaissance Fair was to get my hair braided. And I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to get those gorgeous long Instagram girl extensions because I'm way too self-conscious about my scalp, and I'm usually in a lot of pain a lot of days, and I really have to put on all the medications and schedule my whole life around when I'm gonna put on my medications and wash my hair and do a clarifying shampoo, and it's exhausting. It feels like another person I have to take care of that isn't myself. That person is all of my allergies, all of my skin disorders, and it's really like changed my life direction and how I think. You know, if I ever want to start a family for myself, do I really want to put all of this anxiety around my trauma, my mental health I already have, on top of all of my allergies and skin disorders? Do I really want a child to end up with this since it's genetic? It's a lot. I do not see beauty influencers talking about their contact dermatitis and how their psoriasis is controlling their body. Like, I just am getting used to it not being on my neck, and my neck is a super traumatic, sensitive spot. And I just feel like people should talk about stuff like that more. I know it, but then again, I don't blame them because it's such a hard thing to talk about and to be open. It's kind of like, you know, opening a diary, a part of your diary online, and say, here, to these people that look up to me and my content and who I am as that I show you online, and will you accept this as well? It's very personal. I've had friends in the past who made fun of me for how creepy and ringworm-like or disgusting my psoriasis is, and I'm not even covering it today. As you can see, I have my gray hair poking through because I've been too scared of the pain of dyeing my hair with how much psoriasis and how bad it is. This is it flaking off after medication, and it's still bright red and coming further down my face. And sometimes my mental health is so bad, it's really hard for me to even take care of myself, to even put on my lotions in the morning, make sure I have my medication on to sleep in on my scalp. So my boyfriend, I'm so incredibly grateful for him. He's taken over that job. He puts on my medications. He tells me how beautiful I am. The pandemic was really hard for a lot of people and a lot of relationships, including mine. But as weird as it is, my skin health spiraling out of control, and the worst parts of the pandemic that we went through made us better as a couple. And I can't help but be fortunate to have my home, my boyfriend, and my dog in my life. I'm just taking the same tones that I did on my eyeshadow look on the bottom lash line. Like, honestly, if you asked me to go on YouTube and talk about this, maybe even just 5 years ago, I would have thought you were crazy. Because it's one thing to show you like something I can't hide, like my armpits sometimes with my contact dermatitis, telling you it's allergies. But it's another thing to talk about this because it's such a long going topic from when I was a kid. I'm lucky that no one's pinpoint the flakes and rashes in my hair, but it's like, it's not just a little dandruff flake, like literally. So what psoriasis is, it's a defect in your skin cells on your scalp meaning they're overlapping and they can't keep up, so they get this crusted, like really hard scaly rash that sometimes could bleed and sometimes could get infected, and they just go on top of each other until they start flaking off, and it's sometimes, a lot of times for me personally, it's different for everyone, it's painful. I feel like I should have done a less blue and dreary and more of a cheerful rainbow look today, but oh well, we're here. And I like how it's turning out. I'm just gonna get this highlighter in here and then tap it right in the center a little and right in the inner corner. And of course on the Cupid's bow, y'all know me. It's all OFRA products today. I'm grabbing my Midi contour palette and I'm just gonna use this to sculpt my face. So yeah, I've been a week off of TikTok and most social media until this video, just cause I mean, I had no air conditioning. We actually went without water as well for a couple hours the first day because a pipe in our city broke. So it even hurts to do this with a contour. I'm gonna grab this beautiful, it's like a berry plum, light berry plum, I wanna say, like mauve blush. I'm putting more highlighter here and I'm gonna contour my nose. But I get so, like, even my closest friends to even talk about my psoriasis, I get so embarrassed and ashamed to even tell them because I don't know how people will take it, because I had really toxic friends growing up. Literally up until in my mid-20s, all of my bestest friends closest to me were super toxic. You know how they say, like, watch out for the closest people around you could be your enemies? That was not true for everybody, definitely true for me growing up. And I was always warned about it, and my family would be like, why are you friends with this person? I didn't have a reason why. And now I know, because they would not take my psoriasis nicely and I would always get made fun of. So I think that's why it's such a touchy subject for me till recently. Because I don't know about y'all, but when I break up with someone in a relationship who I love, it's a lot easier for me for some reason to break up with that person than a friendship. I don't know why, it's just me. I think I've cried more over friendships breaking up than guys I date. And I'm not doing this video, of course, especially talking about my friendships and guys I dated, as a pity party. I'm literally talking about this to be real. I know a lot of people deal with a lot of stuff. I was even talking about this on Twitter, and there's a lot more people than I thought who deal with autoimmune disorders, skin disorders. Like, I've tried almost every single product under the sun. I need to really try Manuka honey if I could ever get my hands on that. Manuka honey products. Yeah, that's one of the few things I haven't tried. I've tried tea tree oil, I've tried coconut oil, I've tried a lot of things. And I know I'm like pro makeup artist, but makeup could just go so far, especially with covering stuff that's damaged, open sore skin. All right, I'm gonna pop on some lashes and a lip and I will be back. And just like that, we are back. I am using the lip products. This is an E.L.F. lip liner in the color light brown, and I use a little bit of like a brown E.L.F. crayon. And the lipstick in the middle is OFRA's LOML. I mean, this eyeshadow palette from OFRA, I'll list everything that I put on my face down below, is gorgeous. I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This look is stunning. I'll put my inspiration down in below. Also the nails, they're press-on, they're from Olive in June. They're super easy to wear and they've been holding up lately. I feel like I really opened up, took off the band-aids and show y'all what's underneath. Literally my skin just falling apart. Anyways, thank y'all for letting me rant and open up and talk about something that's very touchy for me, that's really letting me open up to y'all. I know that like I haven't come on YouTube as much as I used to, but I appreciate you all and I've been putting as much time as I physically can in trying to make these videos good every week for you all on Fridays. I know I missed last week. We had some crazy things going up, so I just want to do this little live update, what I've been going through. If anybody has going through something similar, leave a comment down below on how you all been doing. I really want to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching, supporting, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. I'm also doing live still on Amazon. I know I've been skipping a few, but crazy life events. Again, I had no power or like air conditioning. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.